Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to go over how you can actually make money mailing postcards. And even if you want a budget, you can actually do this and start seeing results within your business within no time. I want to tell everybody that you're going to have to give yourself some time in order to build this up, especially if you have a budget and your budget is not that great. Okay. If you are on a fixed income and you feel like you just can't see yourself getting ahead, I'm going to give you some strategies and tips that you can use to start implementing and actually growing your postcard marketing business and start receiving money in the mail. Okay. So one of the things before we get started, and I'm not going to keep you guys long, but I just want you guys to try to stay till the end of this video, because I'm going to talk about how I was able to start building that momentum and how long it took, realistically, how much time you're going to need and what to do while you're waiting, right? While you're building your business, while you're growing your business, some of the things that you need to focus on and how often you should be implementing these strategies. So one of the things before we get into this video, I just want to show you guys one thing that I was able to do back in, this was like in 2016. I had owed the IRS tons of money for not paying my taxes on time. This was one of my greatest accomplishments when it comes to my financial status. I was able to pay off $16,000 in debt that I owed due to postcard mailing. And I would have never thought that this was even possible. I started my online journey in 2015. In 2016, I made my first $50,000 online, and I was able to pay them the $16,000 that I had owed so that I wouldn't be in tax debt. And not only that, I would be able to run business and not have to have this hanging over my shoulder, thinking about it all the time, right? So again, this is possible. You just have to have a strategy. And again, I'm going to give you the game plan, because if you want to be able to take trips, you want to put additional money to the side, there's things that you want to accomplish in life, buy a house, whatever it may be, you can do that working from home. I'm sitting here in my home office, and it is possible. So 2016 is when I really started building that momentum. Again, $16,000 in debt paid off. And I'm going to show you how you can start doing this with a budget, on a budget. Okay. So what you're going to need to do is put to the side $3 to $5 per day. Okay. And here's the thing. A lot of people, listen, you guys spend this on Dunkin' Donuts, right? You spend this on lunch, way more than this on lunch. This is like a cup of coffee per day. If you're buying lunch, right, every single day, or even 3 times a week, you're spending way more than $3 to $5 on your lunch, breakfast, dinner, things like that. So yes, it is very doable to start implementing and putting together strategies that will allow you to start earning with just $3 to $5 per day. Okay. So one of the things that you're going to do is when you get your postcards and you start this online journey, what you want to do is with your postcards, you want to start figuring out how much it's going to cost you in order to start sending out these postcards. You want to get your first 500 postcards out as quickly as possible. Okay. This is where it starts. And I tell people this all the time. If you can do 200 to 400 postcards per week, this is golden. Okay. If you cannot, let's just say you don't have the money to get your stamps, because you're going to need to get your stamps. When you sign up for the opportunity, you're going to get your postcards and leads in the mail. Okay. So this is what you're going to receive when you join the opportunity. Just the first level, you get 200. When you upgrade, let's just say to the $100 level, you're going to get another 200 postcards and leads, right? Now, you don't want to stop there, because people think, oh, 200 postcards and leads, that's enough for me to actually start. No, you want to hit having about 1,000 eyeballs per week looking at your opportunity. Okay. 1,000 eyeballs per week. And how do we do this? One of the things you want to do is you want to grab a website. For the website, it's going to cost you a one-time fee of $69. This is going to get you a website that looks like this, that's customized to you. So when people want to get started, they can join using your link. And not only that, they can reach out to you and get more information or ask questions. This is very important, because now what you can do is you don't have to just use the postcards. You don't have to even worry about buying more postcards right away. What you can do is you can take your website and go and just get a link from GoDaddy, okay? So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go right here to godaddy.com, and we're going to buy a domain name. Now the domain name is gonna be something short. We can just look it up. It could be something like 25kwealth.com. And all you're gonna do is put in here whatever you want it to be. Make sure that the domain name is very short. You're going to come here, you're going to search the domain to see if it's available. If it's available, it's going to let you know. If it's not, it's going to let you know that as well and give you some additional choices. Now, the 25kwealth.com is available for just 1 penny. You're able to get a domain name through GoDaddy for the year. The most that you'll be paying for your domain name is $18 for the year. So let's go ahead and factor that in. $18 for 1 year for your domain name, okay? Now that we have our domain name, right? 25kwealth.com. I'm gonna just write that down. 25kwealth.com. That's our domain name. This is where people go if they want to get more information about your business, right? So my domain name is postcardfundsunlimited.com. And that's where a person can go if they want more information about my business. That's the domain name that I have connected to my website. Remember, guys, this is not all in one. The website is this. This is what you get. You're going to pay the $69 for. Okay. And then the domain is where you go to GoDaddy to connect the domain and the website. And you're going to pay the most $18 for the year. Now they're going to ask you, do you want a website? Do you want this? Do you want that? They're going to try to upsell you. So let's just write that down. GoDaddy upsells we do not need. Okay. We just want the domain name. Okay. So now that we have this domain name, this is where the money is made, because now you can take 25kwealth.com and you can advertise this anywhere and start having people coming to your website and getting more information and signing up using your link. So you can put 25kwealth.com directly on your postcards when you get them, and then you can market this 25kwealth.com tons of other places. So let me just give you some examples. And not only that, these are, again, very affordable things that you can start doing while you're growing your business through your postcard efforts, okay? We don't want to just wait until we have money to buy more. We want to implement other strategies while we are waiting for the postcards to actually start working. So what I do, and this is how I kind of found out what I like to do and what works for me. This can be something different from you. So if you go and put in offline marketing strategies, right? And again, guys, you only need 2 strategies to start seeing results. If you use 2 offline strategies, you can actually start seeing tons of momentum within your business. And again, you're not breaking the bank while you are building these results. Okay. So here we have 15 effective offline marketing strategies. I'm going to tell you the ones that I recommend, the ones that I have used in the past and what has worked the best for me. Right. And again, I only wanted to work 15 hours a week doing this. I still had a full-time job. I also have 2 children, so I needed to make sure that I delegated my time properly in order to start building momentum within my business, okay? So for offline marketing, we have business cards. Now we're going to talk about where you can go to get business cards. This is just one strategy. I don't recommend using this as your main strategy, but if you want to implement it, you can do so by going to vistaprint.com. And this is where I got my first set of business cards. I did not put out a lot of business cards, but they work. Okay. People want to work from home. People want to make additional money. You can come to vistaprint.com and actually get business cards for extremely cheap. So if you go here and click on business cards, they will give you, you got 100 cards starting at $17. The more you buy, it becomes extremely cheap, very affordable. Okay. So you can get 500 postcard, 500 business cards, and you can get them for a really low discounted rate. Now, if we don't want to do business cards, again, I don't recommend them. They're not as effective unless you're going to like meetings and you're going to conferences where you're handing them out. If you're not doing that, you may want to stay away from the business cards. Now you can do pamphlets and flyers. And this is where what I love to do. Okay. So you can do a pamphlet and a flyer. You can get these both from Vistaprint. Also, if you want to do a price comparison, I highly recommend going to your local mom and pop printing shop. Take 3 comparable prices, and then you want to then go with the lowest price. So you can do Vistaprint, you can find another online printing company, and then you can go somewhere else right in your neighborhood and find a local mom and pop shop to get your offline marketing materials. And the only thing is with your local mom and pop shop, you may be saving some money because you don't have to pay for shipping and handling. Okay. So pamphlets and flyers are great. You can actually have a pamphlet and flyer created and be able to give this information out to people by hanging them up in places where there are a lot of people. So places like laundromats, barbershops, bodegas, stores, supermarkets, they all have these bulletin boards, doctor's offices, where you can put up information about your business. Now, all I do is I look at the board. If the board is not that big and you see business cards, you can put your business card up there. If you see other people hanging flyers, you can put your flyer up there. You can even put your postcard on these bulletin boards, and they get a lot of exposure. Okay. Don't be afraid to just have some little pins where you can hang these up in places where they have tons and tons of people walking through on a daily basis. So what I used to do is I used to go to certain neighborhoods, and not only that, I would go to supermarket areas where they had malls, and I would put my flyers out. And flyers is a great way to start building that momentum and not breaking the bank, because now you don't have to worry about stamps. And when you order flyers and pamphlets, you get a ton of them for a very decent, affordable price. Okay. So again, you can get this made on Vistaprint. If you want them to design it for you, you can even tell them what you want on it, and they will design a pamphlet or a flyer for you. Okay. So now another way that you can go about doing your business offline is by sending out drop cards. Now I know they have these gifts and stuff like this, but we don't want to do that. But what we can do is do drop cards. And where do you get drop cards from? You can go right to printfounders.com. And here you can order drop cards for your business. And this, again, is one of the things that I highly recommend that you do. The reason why, you can get a ton of them for a very affordable rate, and you don't have to keep buying them week after week. You can just buy these once and they will last you for a very long time. So here you can put in the quantity that you want. Let's just say we went with 5,000, $109. You cannot beat that, right? And inside of these drop cards, it's just going to have your business information. So this is what the inside would look like. I recommend putting your domain name, which we actually went over today, right? 25kwealth.com. If that was your domain name, you're going to take that, plug that right in here when you ask them to make it with the information that you want up here. Okay. So you can put whatever you want on your drop cards, again, with the website, which is the call to action for people to start reaching out to you and getting more information about your business. So right now, first we went over the postcards, we went over business cards, and then we also touched on pamphlets and banners, right? No, not banners, pamphlets. I'm sorry, guys. Let me go back up to it. And flyers, right? We went over the flyers. And then we covered drop cards. So these are the ones I highly recommend. Right here, highly recommend. So now a lot of people are probably asking, do I need to get these in color or black and white? Black and white is fine to start off with. You do not have to get these in colors. So you can do black and white. And for the drop cards, they come just one color. They're not going to charge your arm and a leg because they're not hard to make, and it's not going to cause a lot of color when they're making them. So the last thing that I highly recommend is when you are doing the drop cards, the pamphlets, or the flyers. Now we're going to go back up to postcards. When you decide to buy your next postcard, set of postcards, because you can get 200 postcards for $20, which is really, really good. I would recommend just spending probably about $60. That's going to get you 600 postcards. And then you want to also start hanging these up in different places for people to see. Now, the reason why I recommend doing that is because if you're putting them in the mail, you're only having one person or two people look at it from a home when they get it in the mail. If you are hanging them up, you are now getting tons and tons of eyeballs on your postcards. If you just take a pen and you stick it in at the supermarket, you stick it in at the laundromat, now you have tons and tons of people actually looking at your postcard, and you can actually come to this site as well, and you can get additional postcards made for really, really cheap. Okay. And not only that, they have different designs other than the designs that you're going to use when you buy them directly through the company. Okay. So this, I recommend. You don't have to always worry about putting them in the mail. If you just took 2 hours out of your day, or even an hour and a half, and just put your postcard up where there's high amounts of traffic, you will start to see results within your business. Okay. And again, this is just the way that I started and what I started implementing daily to start getting results. And I wasn't really focusing on how much money I can make in the beginning. I was focusing on how consistent I was with putting out as much material as possible. When you start doing this, you just need to pick 2 offline strategies and stick with it consistently. And when I say consistently, I'm talking about the next 90 to 120 days. This is how long it takes to build up the momentum. Not saying it's going to take that long to start making money, but to build up that momentum is going to take you 90 to 120 days. Okay. So what we want to do is start putting in $3 to $5 away. Even if you can't afford it, you can start with $2 to $4 per day and then work your way up to start seeing those results. Okay. So what I would love for you to do is if you can subscribe to my channel, if you got some knowledge from this, put a comment down below. What do you think about postcard mailing? How much would you like to earn? Give something back to the community about postcard mailing. I would love to see your information. And then what I'm going to also be doing is sharing in another video. If you need additional funds to help you to start funding your postcard business or your postcard efforts to make additional cash, I'm going to show you how to do that. So there's some other methods that I use that has allowed me to put extra money in my pocket while I was building my home-based business. And sometimes we need that, something that's easy and doable so that we don't have to go out and get a real second job. So I'm going to talk to you about that and some of the things that you can do. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.